Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I appreciate your support. Guys, this story broke about a couple of hours ago, and it's out of Macomb County in Michigan. And it's about Warren Police Department officer Matthew Rodriguez. This guy is a 15-year veteran on the force. And he was taking he had somebody in custody and was taking them in processing at the Warren County Jail. Now, guys, if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to show it in the news video. It's very, very upsetting to watch. Now, regardless of what the guy did and him being a criminal, and we'll get into that later on, you had him in custody. So this is totally uncalled for. But I'm going to tell you something. Especially you young people out there listening to me. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about when you go to jail, once you get behind them doors, anything can happen to you. So you watch how you talk to people, you watch what you say, whether it's in processing or on your way in to processing. Because there are people like this cop waiting to take a bite out of your ass when you go in there because they don't like you anyway. Take a look at this, guys, and tell me if you agree with me. Check it out.
Well, let's get now to that breaking story. A Warren police officer facing charges of using excessive force against an inmate. The officer is Matthew Rodriguez, a 14-year veteran of the Warren Police Department, and he just faced a judge to be arraigned on a serious crime. A few minutes ago, the Warren Police Commissioner, Bill Dwyer, released the video showing the inmate getting hit in the head and slammed to the ground. Dwyer says it happened a little before 6 last Tuesday morning at the Warren jail as the officer was processing that man. Two fellow officers can be seen jumping in to stop the attack. The commissioner says once he was notified by his team, he put the officer on administrative leave.
The reason we are here today is to be transparent and to inform the public that acts of misconduct by members of the Warren Police Department will not be tolerated. In this particular case, we are talking about a short, less than 1 minute in length, an unexpected act of misconduct was committed by a Warren police officer. All acts of police misconduct merits review and response. This is not what we do, this is not who we are, and this is not what the men and women of this department stand for when they are put on a uniform. One of the officers reported saying, "That's enough. That's enough," as he worked to de-escalate the overall situation. The officer's actions were not at all justified. This officer's actions were not at all justified. The actions of this officer are not consistent with our training.
But this is exactly what the public expects. They expect somebody to get out in front of it, don't cover it up, bring it to the attention, and make sure that they're heard loud and clear. This is unacceptable and not tolerable.
Well, the commissioner tells 7 Action News that the judge released Officer Rodriguez on a $5,000 personal bond. They will both meet this week to determine the future of the officer's employment. Meanwhile, Warren police said they've started an internal affairs investigation, but the commissioner and the prosecutor both stressed that the officer is considered innocent until proven guilty, no matter what the video shows. 7 Action News reporter Whitney Burney is covering this breaking story for us today, and she'll have more on later editions of 7 Action News and at WXYZ.com.
All right, guys, that's the video. It was horrible to see, honestly. And it was uncalled for. It was totally uncalled for. You know what I mean? You're a processing cop in the county jail. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. These officers here in that processing part be the ones that be having the roughest time because they get criminals right off the street that be running their mouth and saying all kind of stuff to them. That's one job in the prison system I would not want to have. Such is the case with this. Now, I want to say something real quick. If you watch, in fact, I'll put the whole 33-minute video in the description box, the press conference, where, you know, the upper officials were saying, hey, they was upset about it and all this stuff, and they was being transparent, showing the whole video. But they gave some false praise, and I got to keep it real on this. They kind of lied here. when they was fighting in that video, wasn't none of them cops really trying to break it up. They wasn't grabbing the guy, trying to restrain him. They landed on the guy, the criminal, the guy that was the criminal. They landed on his feet. You know what I'm saying? That guy smacked the shit out of that boy. He smacked the hell out of him and then hit it. Did you see how he hit it? Like he was going to rest his hand and it came from the heavens. Blah! Hit the dude. What'd he do then? Pick him up like he was a double-handed suitcase. Slam him down. He did all of that and then slammed his head on the ground before the cops could even get over there and do something. I want you young people to remember that. Just because you in jail, you ain't safe. Nobody will help you in there. You could see he was running his mouth. I'll get to that in a second. You know, another thing is this. You already had him in custody. Goes back to what I was just talking about. You didn't have to do him like that. He wasn't even handcuffed. Guys, think about that. He wasn't even handcuffed. You had him in custody. He was already in the jail, so that's why he didn't have him handcuffed. He couldn't go nowhere. And regardless of him being standoffish or what, the guy was way bigger than him. You didn't have to do that. You could have walked up on him and checked him. You know what I'm saying? With your mouth. It was other people there. If he was really getting on your nerves, it was other alternatives. You could have said, you know what, hey, one of y'all deal with him. I'm not going to deal with him. And then sat back as backup and let other people deal because obviously he had a problem with you. He pulled his pants up when you walked over there to him like he was about to square off, which was a bad move. That's the thing. Everything is body language. You can't come up to somebody, they come around the corner, you pulling your pants up like you about to do something. That's equivalent to roll up your sleeves. And you see that dude meant business and he handled you. That's the thing that's messed up. These young kids don't know. It's the difference between boy strength and man strength. He handled him. That man is a veteran on the force, 15 years. You think you the first person he ever had to tussle with? He was like 3 times your size. Flipped you like it was nothing. Then pulled you by your hair. You coming up off the ground. You ain't even trying to fight back because you so bewildered when he slammed your head, punched you in the face, and smacked the shit out you. Everybody got this bulletproof mentality. Anything can happen to anybody at any time. Pick and choose your battles. This young man running his mouth, they're not going to let you out. Just go along with the program. You got no choice. You got no choice. Then at the end, he handled him. Picked him up. I'm sick of this dude. Opened the door and flung him in the cell like he was throwing him off a pier or something. He just went and flew. Embarrassing. But this guy right here need to be in jail. This cop, I don't give a damn. I don't care what he said. You was not supposed to do that. You was not supposed to do that. And I've seen some inmates say some horrific stuff to cops. And they have to take restraint. That comes with the job. Nobody coming in there going to say, hey, officer, thank you for being nice to me. Nobody wants to be there. So you're going to get all that mouth. It was just beef. I think it was a buildup when he was processing because he was done processing. You know, they take all your information. He was at that point where he had got done taking his information. So that started when they was going back and forth. That started during that time where he was getting frustrated with the dude. And when he got up, that was the part where they take your fingerprints and take your picture. But man, look, now the guy, he ain't no angel. He locked up for carjacking and other charges. That's how they caught him. He was carjacking. You get what you get in life, man. You know what I'm saying? I do stories about the same situation that this boy is in. So I can't really feel sorry for him. And I can't really say, oh, well, this is the reason why he didn't have to do him like that. And he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. But the thing is, if he was doing something other than what he was doing, he wouldn't have been there. Every morning you wake up with a chance and a choice to do something better for yourself and a chance to do it. Such is life. But yeah, Officer Matthew Rodriguez, 15-year veteran, I'd fire his ass and I'd lock him up. And look at the lie. Look at the crap. Look at his charges: misdemeanor assault and battery, and failure to perform duties as an officer. How was it a misdemeanor? You slammed his head. He could have had a concussion or worse. punched him in the face. Did you notice when he punched him in the face and he was manhandling the guy on top of him standing there that didn't have nowhere to go, but just turned his head like he ain't see it? I'll fire both of their asses too. They're going to grab his like that man is the size of sewing thread. The other dude is the size of a bull. Who you going to grab in an aggressive thing? You going to grab a big guy, right? As soon as he hit the dude fell down on the ground. Come on, man. All that cop, settle down. Man, look, man, cut the BS. I'm done with this. But let this be a lesson to you, man. Ain't nobody gonna help you when you get in jail. So don't go. Don't go. Too many young people out here and people that are not thinking voluntarily give their freedom up. I want you to visualize something. I want you to really think. If the penitentiary and jail, incarceration period, let's say incarceration, was the reality that we were all incarcerated, and then the outside world where most of us are at right now was considered the opposite of what we were raised to do, how many people you think once they got out here where we are right now would go back to the penitentiary? I think very few. So that right there tells you you're doing the wrong thing. You're going on the wrong damn path. Let's straighten up. Let's straighten up. As always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you as always. You guys be careful out there.